Morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are, live again in the morning. And we're reading Proverbs 8, 1 through 11 in the ESV. This is day 27. Thanks for joining me this morning. And yeah, it's pretty chill day. It's still not cold yet, but it does get cold here. It doesn't rain though, but it's getting there. I mean, snow. This is an area where it doesn't snow much. We have mountains close to us. So you could go ahead and go to the mountains if you want to get into the snow. But we do get frost on our windshields and stuff like that when it gets cold. So anyways, day 27, Proverbs 8, 1 through 11 in the ESV. Does not wisdom call? Does not understanding raise her voice? On the heights beside the way, at the crossroads, she takes her stand. Beside the gates in front of the town, at the entrance of the portal, she cries out. To you, O men, I call, and my cry is to the children of man. O simple ones, learn prudence. O fools, learn sense. Hear, for I will speak noble things, and from my lips will come what is right. For my mouth will utter truth. Wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are righteous. There is nothing twisted or crooked in them. They are all straight to him who understands, and right to those who find knowledge. Take my instruction instead of silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than jewels, and all that you may desire cannot compare with her. Pretty straightforward here. After having that whole chapter on adultery and wayward woman, this one feels easy peasy. So let's get to it. Does not wisdom call? Does not understanding raise her voice? Oh, it's just reminding us about. Just to highlight this. Just reminding us that wisdom is out there. Don't forget about wisdom. Don't forget about it. She's out there. It's like in contrast to the wayward, forbidden woman, the prostitute. On the heights, beside the way, at the crossroads, she takes her stand. Beside the gates, in front of the town, at the entrance of the portal, she cries out. See, it's kind of interesting. There's this a dichotomy of is that a good word to say? Dichotomy definition. Division and contrast between two things that are or those. Okay, so there is a dichotomy between wisdom and the prostitute, in that the prostitute is actually on the side of the road, luring and seducing people in. Okay, I don't think she's yelling. I think that's the difference there. They're both out there. Okay, they're both out there. It's just that the wisdom is actually in a loud, booming voice. It feels like a herald calling out, publicizing how important it is to have wisdom, while the prostitute is secret and seductive, I guess, luring like a lioness in prey. I always get this idea that the prostitute or the adulteress is kind of like a lioness in the savannah, hiding behind the bushes, ready to pounce on its prey, while wisdom is right there in your face, not hidden, and just kind of calling out, come to me, kind of thing. They're both calling you to them. But the intention is different, right? And while the prostitute, I'm comparing here, while the prostitute is calling you to lie with me, to indulge in your physical desires, the wisdom is actually, to you, O men, I call, and my children is to the children of man, Simple ones. Learn prudence. See this? It's these instructions. Learn sense. For I will speak noble things, and from my lips come what is right. So if you're listening to her, this is what happens. For my mouth utter truth. For my mouth utter truth. See all these things. Wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are righteous. There's nothing crooked in them. They are all straight to him who understands, and right to those who find knowledge. Okay. Take my instruction instead of silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than jewels, and all that you may desire cannot compare with her. Again, this is a result. For wisdom is better than jewels, and nothing I desire compare with her. Okay, so these are all the. Okay, so just reminding us that isn't wisdom out there? Wisdom is out there. It's calling you. It's there and doing its thing. Wisdom, oh, come here. Oh, I'm thinking of this woman kind of like coming and going, and she's just standing there tall and proud, beside the way, like when you're walking by, like on the sidewalk. She's there. And the crossroads where a lot of people kind of go down the road, crossroads area, one going north to south, the other one going east and west. She's there right on the corner in between all the people that are coming by, and she's there kind of calling out besides the gate in front of the town. So in the front where everyone's walking into cities and towns and stuff like that, she's there kind of calling out, wisdom, follow me. At the entrance of portal, she cries. So she's there where everyone is. She is there. She's not hidden. She's not being deceitful. She's just straight out, and she's calling people out to learn prudence and learn sense, find wisdom. And this is a result if you're learning sense and learning prudence, listening to her. Basically, listen to wisdom, and she's saying, learn prudence, learn sense, because the things that she says are noble. The things from her lips are right, and the things that her mouth utters is truth. Right, those are the things. And wickedness is not a part of her; it's an abomination to her lips. All the words to everything, and again, listen to me, because everything I say is righteous. Nothing is crooked. They are all straight, and right to those who find. So it's right. If you're finding knowledge, these are the right things. So it's nothing but positive things when you see her and look for her and seek her out and you learn from her. She says, take my instructions instead of silver. Like, again, and like all the stuff that you're hearing from wisdom, she is better than gold and silver, better than jewels, and all that you desire cannot compare with her. So we have which is an interesting phrasing, because I'm going to go ahead and this is all the right color. I'm also going to change this to the white. Okay. All that you may desire, which for some reason that sticks out to me, all that you may desire. I wonder if the assumption is that the desire the Solomon is talking about here is our base desires, the desires of the flesh and desires of procreation and better life and all that kind of stuff. And he's saying that in your human mind of what you may understand, all you may desire, wisdom is better than all that. You can't compare what you think, because I guess wisdom is a part of God, and God is wanting you to have wisdom, because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom, right? And so that's to have wisdom is to understand that there is a God. Okay. And if you understand that there is a God, then in our human minds, you must understand that God is beyond our human minds, and we cannot understand the things that God desires and wants and everything because our minds and our thoughts cannot think in that way. So God has the knowledge of the past, present, and future. He's all powerful and all that. And so he knows the ways and he knows where you're going to go. He knows all this. And we don't know. We have no idea of that kind of foresight of exactly what's going to happen, stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's how it works out, but with that knowledge, all that I may desire is pretty simple. It's like for me, like let's look at your own life. I don't own my own house. I rent. My family has never been financially, you know, a lot of financial stability. Our financial stability is not there. And I always consider myself middle lower, middle lower. I think middle lower. That's interesting. I wonder if my mom and my stepfather, when I was growing up, they owned the house. We did some renovations and stuff, so we must have owned the house that we lived in. So my stepfather was financially stable, and he was able to purchase things and buy a house and everything, which is interesting. I never really thought about that. My mom always says that he had money. So I didn't know what that means. I think that kind of means like he had money to be able to purchase and buy things and everything like that. So okay, so that's kind of a thing. Hmm. Which makes me want to. For some reason, I feel like I want to seek my stepfather out, see what's going on in his life. Mm. So all that I may desire cannot compare. So the wisdom that is out there cannot compare to it's not comparable. My base understanding of the world, like I want my family to thrive, my four kids to grow up and to be able to live on their own and kind of be adults in their own mind and to learn how to be self-sufficient and everything because in a few years, like my son, he's turning 14 coming up in January, and he's getting closer to 18. What the heck? 14 years with my son. He's gonna be 18. My daughter being 11, she's following right behind. She's going, and then they're all gonna grow older, and my base desire is for them to be able to be successful, right? To find the career of their choice, to find the love of their lives, to do all that. And for my wife and I, that we could go ahead and be great parents, to find intimacy together, to grow in the understanding of what it means. I guess um, to live this life together and fulfill all the desires that we want, which we do desire. We do desire to purchase a house. So we've been saving. We'll eventually get there so we'll be saving for a long time. And we even made a decision like, you know what? Let's not worry about purchasing a house until one, we would have to get an inheritance, or two, we could, but then it would be financial hardships when we get this house because we have to take care of the house. Buying a house is not just the number purchase like a $600,000 house. If I have $600,000 or get a loan for $600,000, that's not to mention like the after sale cost, having thousands of dollars in the bank in case of issues within the house, filling the house because we do have a smaller house right now, and we would want to get a bigger one. So if we have a bigger one, that means we need some furniture to fill that, right? We are kind of at capacity at our current house, but it's okay. So if we were to move, we would move to a bigger house, but we would just pay rent, right? And And so see, these are my earthly, worldly desires, right? And my wife and I said, yeah, we could go ahead and once our kids are out, we could go ahead and move anywhere, live in any space, right? And there's this whole thing about living in the neighborhood and stuff, but it's different times. It's different times right now because I don't feel a connection completely or actually at all with the people in my neighborhood. And my children are not friends with the people in the neighborhood. It's unlike way I grew up. I knew a lot of like most people on the block or have had interactions with people on the block, but I've never, and I think I've actually had food there or ate at different places and stuff like that that were people on the block because it was my neighborhood. And so leaving that neighborhood, it was kind of like, oh, I'm missing. Um, but it's not my, and it was kind of like my community, but my community is always the church, my small groups and stuff. And so I could actually say that my community is mobile, not necessarily tied to my house. And yes, we had in the past community kids come to our house to play, and I see them and I could say hi to them, and they remember us with fondness when I see them. Actually, some of them, one of them is at my school because he was younger. Like since I've been here for about 7 years in this house, he's grown up. Some of them have grown up and they're in high school and everything. It's pretty interesting. But they know where I live. Oh no! But that's really basic desires. Um, New house, taking care of family, loving your wife, random stuff you would buy for your house. But all those desires. Oh yeah, also in making disciples. So I'm really into meeting with others and I have a couple of groups that I have one I've been discipling for a couple of years. We still meet. We'll talk about whether or not we should continue meeting weekly because we always go monthly. And then I started a men's thing, and then I'm meeting with two young 18-year-olds. So I have a couple of small groups going on because I feel like we should continue to disciple others, disciple and make disciples, and make disciples that make other disciples. I think that's the Great Commission. So, but wisdom is all beyond that. The things that God understands for the future of me, it's totally different, totally beyond what I can. I can't compare that. My simple desires. It's very very based. Raise a family, maybe get a house in the future. Do some of my hobbies that I have. I can have a list that we could talk about sometime in the future, and help my family thrive, be good at my own career as an educator, maybe make more money, those things, have a house, those are really basic stuff. Make disciples, those are really basic stuff. I think really base. But wisdom in God has something beyond that, has a strategy beyond that. So learn prudence, learn sense, take my instructions, look for that knowledge. So and it's better than all the jewels and all the things that you could get in this world. I think that's the change in this world. It's so the things that you want in this world is so simple, but that all that is nothing compares to my desires. Is nothing compared to what I could get from wisdom. So I could seek it out. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time.